Welcome back to Autistic. Today we're building a Next.js app that calculates the distance between you and the International Space Station. This app will use the Web Geolocation API to get the user's location, create a Next.js API route to fetch the ISS position and calculate the distance from user-provided coordinates, use npm vicinity to calculate the geodesic distance between the user and the ISS. This is a Node package. Implement API routing in Next.js to efficiently process and serve requests, and handle errors properly so our app doesn't break. First, let's set up our Next.js project and install Node Vincenti by running the commands in this slide. Before we create the API route, let's understand route handlers in Next.js. Next.js provides a built-in way to create API endpoints inside the app directory. Putting a route.js file inside app/route creates an endpoint at localhost port 3000/route. The file exports HTTP methods like get, post, etc. We use request or NextResponse to handle incoming requests and response or NextResponse to return structured data.
So here's the code for that endpoint. Basically what I'm doing is I'm getting the ISS's current location and the end user's current location, and then calculating the distance between the two sets of coordinates and returning that.
We've included multiple error handling techniques in our API route, a try-catch block that handles unexpected server failures, response validations that ensure we only process valid ISS data, query parameter checks that prevent missing input errors, structured error messages that return clear error messages instead of breaking the app. These help ensure our app handles errors gracefully and informatively.
Alright, so now we're going to update the page.js file. We're going to grab the user's current location when the component first loads, and then fetch the distance from the endpoint that we just created, and then we're going to display the distance like so. It's like so.
We also handle errors on the client side. Geolocation errors. If any error happens in the Geolocation API, we show an error message. API request failures. If trying to fetch a distance from the endpoint fails, we catch and display the error. Graceful UI updates. The app updates dynamically to display these errors, ensuring a smooth user experience. Now that everything is set up, run your app. The app will ask for location access. It will fetch the ISS location and calculate the distance. If successful, you'll see the ISS is X kilometers away. If something goes wrong, an error message will appear instead of a blank screen. In this tutorial, we created a Next.js API route to fetch ISS location data. We used Request and NextResponse to process and return structured data. We implemented error handling to prevent crashes and to inform the developer and end user if anything goes wrong, and we fetched user geolocation data and calculated distances accurately. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, ask in the comments. Let's keep learning and growing together.